So a lot of times I know you get the shop drawings, but sometimes not everything is going to be accounted for. Like, do you have an example of a time something happened where you had to make an adjustment quickly on the fly?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times it's easy to see something on a computer work out, but then you actually get in the shop and it either is too tight of a spot to get into, or you just can't get a weld there because it's blocked by something else. And in that case, a lot of the times we'll just go to the PM, work with them on either trying to change the way that we're welding it, or maybe we just won't weld that spot and they're going to be okay with that. It'll all just really depend on what the customer actually wants and what we're going to be capable of doing in that position.
Yeah, and I know one of the great things about Astro as well is we have an awesome team of project managers, so they're able to talk right to you at the shop, like review the designs, go back to the designer, and get it all figured out so that when it does hit the shop floor, it's smooth, easy, fast, reliable. When we are working with architects, designers, engineers, what are some tips or advice you would give them so that when that drawing gets to the shop floor, you don't have to go back and make those adjustments?
Yeah, I'd say just, you see it on the computer and it looks like it's easily accessible. It's not always going to be that case, so just kind of try to imagine you were going to weld that joint, and you had a 6-inch long torch that you had to try to fit in there. Just to try to imagine doing that, a lot of the times it's stuff where they want too big of a weld for the material that we're welding on, and it's not needed, and it just causes us warpage that we're gonna end up having to fix.
Do you have an example, something you can think of?
Yeah, so we do a lot of these mild steel frames, and they have, basically it's a 4x4 tube frame with random channel put in spots. There's times where that channel is an inch away from the edge of the tube and you're just not able to get inside of that to weld. They want it welded all the way around, and you're just not able to do that. We've had times where we've maybe just notched that channel back so we could get a weld in there, but we've also just left without a weld in there, and they went in later and put some sort of seam sealer or anything like that, just to keep with mild steel, if you don't seal it all up, it can rust.